Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin and today is Sunday, September 14th, and I'm officially 7 weeks pregnant today. If you've been following me along for a while, you'll know that it has been a journey to get here, and I will say that this week has probably been the week that's given me the most peace and comfort in this entire process. I had 3 failed IUIs, a failed transfer, and had my second frozen embryo transfer on August 15th, which was successful. And this week I got to go in for my ultrasound and heartbeat check. I did get an early ultrasound last week at 5 weeks and 4 days because I was having some pretty severe cramping. But this week was the big one. And this was the one I was probably the most anxious for because with a PGT tested embryo, your miscarriage risk drops down significantly once they confirm that heartbeat. So this was a very big appointment for me. And I was very lucky that my mom was able to come into town. She was vacationing in the area, and she ended up coming to my house on Wednesday night and coming to the ultrasound with me on Thursday. And then we had a full 2 days of lots of baby stuff while she was in town. So the ultrasound was really special. We got to go in and see little baby, and you can see little baby here, and had a very, very strong heartbeat at 132 beats per minute. So everything looked amazing. Baby was measuring right on track at 6 weeks and 4 days. So everything looked fabulous. My mom was so grateful to be there. She cried, and it was just really special to share that with her. And then we had 2 full days of baby stuff planned. And it was nice to be able to include her in that because she is in Maine, and I know she really wants to be a part of this, and it's hard because she's not physically here. So we talk about it, but to actually be able to physically include her in the daycare tours and some of the nursery stuff was really special to share that with her. So following the ultrasound, I had 3 daycare tours set up. I don't know how it is in other areas of the country or other countries based on my followers, but here in Maryland, the daycare waiting lists are so far out. So I was able to get baby enrolled in a daycare. I found one that I'm really happy with. My mom also agreed it was her favorite one. And we were able to get baby enrolled and do our deposit, but there still is no guarantee that they'll have a spot for baby until September. I'm due in May. I get 3 months of maternity leave. So I'm trying to figure out that interim option, possibly from end of July to September if there is not an opening. I am going to get on one other wait list. It's not my favorite daycare center, but it could potentially work as an option for a short term until a spot opens up at the place I want to send baby to. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. I'm also exploring nannies and part-time nannies just to compare costs. And I am gonna need a part-time nanny if I'm still in sales to help with pickup just based on my hours, and then also for some weekend coverage. So working through all of those logistics, but it feels really good to have the daycare piece figured out and then at least be on the list. So that is checked off the list for now. And then just because my mom was in town, I know it's super early. We ended up going to RH to start the nursery design. So RH did my entire home for the most part. And if you haven't seen my house tour video, go back and check that out. But they've done my whole house, and I just want it to be cohesive. And so it only felt fitting to have them help me with the nursery. I know what I like when it comes to a nursery, but I also am not that talented to put it all together. And then also trying to figure out which woods go with my flooring and all of that. That's just not my strong suit. So it's nice to have help and have someone else really kind of put it together and then give my input. So we got the start of that going. And I actually go back this week to see the presentation of the storyboards and design that she has put together. So anxious to see that. Now, it won't be a final product, obviously, this week, and I'm not pulling the trigger on anything nursery probably until I have my first appointment with my OB. Just because of risk of miscarriage or something going wrong. I also need to clean out the room that will be the nursery, so it's selling furniture there, and it's just more than I want to handle right now. So what's next for me? This week, I will be filming a gender reveal video for you guys because it is getting harder and harder to keep the gender a secret when I'm filming these videos, and I'm excited to share the gender of little baby with you. And then I do go in for my next scan on September 23rd. I will be 8 weeks and 2 days at that scan, and this is when I actually graduate from my fertility clinic. I also got the green light to schedule my first OB appointment and then also to stop my progesterone and estrogen injections at 10 weeks. I do need to get clarification from my doctor if I'm stopping the meds when I hit 10 weeks, so that would be October 5th, or if I continue through that 10th week and then stop after that. So I just need to get clarification on that. I believe I stop on the 5th, but I don't want to do anything to mess anything up. And I'm really hoping that I can get one more scan at my fertility clinic around 10, 11 weeks, just to give me that peace of mind once I stop the meds, because it is such a long time before I can get in with my OB. They actually can't see me until October 24th. So that's really hard for me to have that big of a gap. And I know it's normal, but I think when you're going through the IVF process, you get so many scans and so much reassurance with blood work and all of the things that it would just give me some peace of mind knowing that everything is still tracking well with baby until I see my OB on October 24th. I'm also going to be setting up some interviews with some doulas. I'm very confident that I will be getting a birth doula. I'm still debating on the postpartum doula and the night nurse, but I am going to be interviewing some birth doulas in the coming weeks, and my goal would be to have that birth doula contract signed by early October, and that way that is out of the way. I think that's it. Moving on to symptoms. Symptoms have been honestly pretty mild this week and not much different than last week. I am 7 weeks today, like I said, and I still have some bloating. I still have some breast tenderness. Fatigue is definitely ramping up. But in terms of the nausea, it's there, but it's honestly pretty mild. And I really feel it the most when I start to get hungry. So if I don't eat small meals throughout the day, that's when I really find it kicking in. I had a really busy day at work yesterday, and I wasn't able to eat lunch until about 2, and I had to just tell the customer, like, you need to do your thing and give me 5 minutes because I need to eat. And so that seems to work. As long as I keep crackers in my desk or like some small snacks, I'm usually okay. In terms of food aversions, I haven't had a lot of cravings or aversions. The only thing that I really have an aversion to right now is eggs. Scrambled eggs, fried eggs, don't even talk to me about eggs because no, eggs are not my jam right now. And I just made all of these egg bites trying to be super healthy. And I put like spinach, bacon, cheese in my little scrambled egg bites, and they're delicious normally. Can't look at them. And smells have not been like drastic. Oh, the other thing that I've noticed is lately I have a really strong metallic taste in my mouth, like all the time. So that's interesting. Bloating, no bump yet. I'm going to insert a picture of my week 7 bump here. And but overall, it's been pretty mild. I feel very lucky that I haven't had it that bad yet. I'm hoping that it continues. But on the other hand, too, some symptoms of some more intense nausea would give me peace of mind that everything is still progressing, although the ultrasound was great. So it's a double-edged sword, right? But overall, everything has been good and everything is progressing. It was a really special week to share this with my mom in town, and I'm really looking forward to my next scan. I think everyone can relate to that because it is just so reassuring to see that everything is progressing well and baby is on track. So I think that's it for this week. Stay tuned for my gender reveal later on this week, as well as next week's bump date. And thank you guys for watching and have a great week. See you in my next one. Bye.